Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today we will look at a beer from one of my favorite breweries in Japan, and that is Kyoto Brewing Company. And Kyoto Brewing Company started in 2015 in Kyoto, Japan, the former imperial capital. And the brewery was started by 3 foreign residents of the city, and actually only one of them was a resident at that time when they first began. But those people were an American who's the head brewer, a Canadian man, and a man from Wales. And they met when they were working together in the north of Japan on the Japan exchange teaching program. And the head brewer, I've known him for quite a while, and I knew him before he was a professional brewer, actually. He was an excellent home brewer, and we often used to have sampling sessions where he'd bring along some homebrew and give us, samples, and we would give him our opinions on them. He later studied in the U.S. And then interned at Lost Abbey in Southern California. And he also worked for a while at Shiga Kogen, one of the finest breweries in Japan, in Nagano Prefecture. And they started in 2015, and right away they were, the first year they were named the best new brewery in Japan by ratebeer.com, their Rate Beer Best Selection. And later, a few years later, they were rated as the best brewery in Japan. So they've done a lot, and they've made, over that period of 7 years or so, they've made around, I think, 250, 60 batches. Here is the beer from Kyoto Brewing that we'll look at today. It's called Kyoto Brewing New Frontier Festbier. Or Shintenchi, which is the way they translate it as New Frontier, and it's a Märzen Oktoberfest beer. Their Shintenchi or New Frontier series is designed to explore the lager style, and they've done a number of different types of lagers in this series, and this is the latest one. Where I don't know where you live, if Halloween decorations are starting to appear in stores. Here in Japan, it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks already. We're in the middle of September. Too early, maybe. But the other thing, of course, that happens at this time of year is Oktoberfest. And of course, in Europe, it's a big thing in Germany. And in Japan, there are Oktoberfests all over the country, in large cities, for sure. And so the Festbier, Märzen, Oktoberfest, 5.5%, 20 international bittering units, and as they state on their website that a festival beer, a beer for drinking at a festival, has to be balanced, and it can't be too sweet, it can't be too hoppy. It's got to be something you can come back to, and you've of course seen people drinking those 1 liter mass mugs, and you're going to be drinking something like that. It's got to be, something not too high in alcohol, and has a balanced character in between the sweet malt and the bitter hops. Okay, so they've tried to attempt to do that in this beer. And it has Pilsner malt, Vienna malt, and some Munich malt as well. The hops are both German, Hallertau and Hersbrucker, and lager yeast is used. Okay, so this might be an interesting one. Let's see. Do you go to Oktoberfest? I don't think in the U.S. it's quite so popular. Here, they pop up all over the place and go on for a week. At night in some location. Every night you can go. And they're quite expensive. And they tend to focus on some of the more the larger German beer companies, and it's pretty pricey. So I haven't been to one in a long time. Okay, this is a kind of dark, medium dark amber color, some reddish tints there, and a sort of frothy head of white foam, slightly off-white. Okay, the aroma is kind of sweet. Toasty malt. So interesting, nice combination of the Vienna malt and the Munich malt. It starts off a bit thin. There's some mild caramel in mid-palate. The hops are a little tingly. Lightly spicy. This is interesting. Body's kind of light, so this would be something, again, you could probably throw down, several pints of if you wanted, or even a full liter if you wanted. This is pretty much spot on, I think, for the style, the Märzen Oktoberfest style. Very interesting, very tasty, and highly recommended. So you might want to try this one if you happen to see it in a store around you. Again, it's called Kyoto Brewing Shintenshi or New Frontier Festbier, 5.5%, 20 IBU, Märzen Oktoberfest. So give them a go and try anything by Kyoto Brewing. Really, they're one of the top breweries in the country for sure. So that's it for today. Let me know what you think and your opinion about Kyoto Brewing or Oktoberfest, Festbiers, Märzens, anything. I'm here and I will comment back to you. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.